www.love2jamradio. It is your girl Queen Tomaro.
First of all, you
What?
will not pause in
What happened?
anticipation of my
What?
sound effects.
Yeah, I gotta know what you're finna do. I gotta know what you're finna give me. Cause I gotta know if it's claps, I'm gonna do something different than if it's magical. Okay, a magical little sound check. But y'all something magical. That's all I wanna do. And you are back at the Tomorrow Today show. I want to thank
all of them. You getting all of them today.
I want to thank you guys for coming back and joining me here on the Tomorrow Today show. And today, I have someone extra special in the house.
Extra special.
I got Mr. B-So 215.
It fit. It was wonderful. How y'all doing, world? How y'all doing?
Right quick, just tell the people where they can find you in case they just want to catch you real quick. Tag you, follow you.
Got you. Tag me, follow me everywhere. Social media is going to be B-So215. I'm the only one that's going to pop up, so you're going to find me. That's for sure.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So before we get into tomorrow's tunes, I just want to say a quick congratulations to Miss Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Look at all the good claps for Nicki. Come on, Nicki. Nicki Minaj has announced that she is pregnant, and I'm happy for her. She got a little marriage in the carriage, and go ahead, Nicki. And I also want to, everybody deserves. You get me.
Do you see that?
This is going to be a good interview,
Did you
guys.
see that?
This is going to be good, guys.
Did you see that?
And we also want to send an RIP to civil rights icon and U.S. Rep, Mr. John Lewis. Okay, we lost him on Friday due to a battle with pancreatic cancer. So, you know, RIP to him. Our sincere condolences to the family. And, gonna move right along to tomorrow's tunes.
Yeah.
How tomorrow's tunes work is I picked a song for Mr. B-So215 to sing and redo and remix for you, and Lovey is gonna play that clip of that song, and when we come back, Mr. B-So is gonna sing that thing with his own twang.
Just a little twist.
Just a little something.
Yeah, just a smidgen. Yeah.
We be right back. Nicki Minaj has announced that she is pregnant, and I'm happy for her. She got a little marriage in the carriage, and go ahead, Nicki. And I also want to, everybody deserves. You get me.
Do you see that?
This is going to be a good interview,
Did you see
guys.
that?
This is going to be good, guys.
Did you see that?
And we also want to send an RIP to civil rights icon and U.S. Rep, Mr. John Lewis. Okay, we lost him on Friday due to a battle with pancreatic cancer. So, you know, RIP to him. Our sincere condolences to the family. And, gonna move right along to tomorrow's tunes.
Yeah.
How tomorrow's tunes work is I picked a song for Mr. B-So215 to sing and redo and remix for you, and Lovey is gonna play that clip of that song, and when we come back, Mr. B-So is gonna sing that thing with his own thing.
Just a little twist.
Just a little something.
Yeah, just a smidgen. Yeah.
We be right back.
It was love inside. I know from the way she looked at me. Her eyes said it all. Long days and nights we spent until she dropped the bomb on me. When she said that she was unhappily married with children, and I wish I never met her at all. Even
It's all right. We with you. We are here.
She's looking at me like, think she don't care.
In front of my company. And that was Carl Thomas with I Wish. So, we got to get our Tomorrow's tunes on, so we're going to hear Mr. B Soul singing in his own way with that soul.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do, I guess, start where he started, if that's all right with y'all.
Yeah, whatever works for you.
Okay. It was love at first sight. I know from the way she looked at me. Oh, her eyes said it all. Long days and nights we spent until she dropped the bomb on me. When she said that she was unhappily married with children, and I wish I never met her at all. Even though I loved her so, she got love for me. But she still belongs to someone else.
You better.
I was gonna do a little bit more, but I didn't know if y'all wanted
keep
it to.
going, keep going.
Okay. I'll do the next little part.
She's greedy.
She is. That's fine. That's
I ain't
fine.
been able to have no live show. Let me have this.
That's fine. I got it. I'll do the little bridge
Do your
part.
thing.
Maybe in another life, things could be the way we both desired. It's a catch-22.
Catch-22.
They can break away with someone that you lose, and I wish I never met her. Oh, something like that.
Boy.
I don't know.
I don't even know. Yes.
Just a little, I mean, just a.
That was so. You did good.
I just wanted a little twist on
I
it.
appreciate you for giving me more. Listen, y'all. I low-key, the reason the Tomorrow Today show is here is so you guys can see the talented indie R&B singers that we have. But low-key, though, it's kind of for me, too. Especially with COVID hitting, I don't get to go out and see these live shows, so...
Or put on live shows.
You see
And
what
we
I'm
hurt,
saying?
and us as live musicians, that hurts. Like that's a piece of my soul that I don't get the opportunity to kind of tap into as often as I would like to now with this COVID-19 mess.
And I appreciate you giving me the best that you got, baby.
Baby.
See what I told y'all?
I'm just here to help. I'm just here to assist.
And we are going to get straight into this interview. So, Mr. B Soul, where are you originally from?
So, if you don't know, the 215 is basically a Philadelphian area code. So, I was born and raised.
Thinking it was Dallas. 214.
Yeah, it's, we right. I mean, you was one number off. So it's cool. It's cool with me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
But yeah, you know.
Judges me not.
Yeah, but born and raised on the north side of Philadelphia, all day, every day. All day, East Coast.
Motown feeling back again. Don't get us started now. Cause see, this is a group. This is a group.
I was about to hop out on that joint. You feel me?
A whole party.
You feel me?
And how early on, like at what age did you start singing?
Oh my goodness. So as soon as I was able to join the church choir, because they always give you a little grace period to where you may want to sing in the choir, but you got to make sure you pass the audition piece for the church choir.
What's the age?
I was
you gotta be to get
6.
to the youth choir?
I was 6, but you know how it's the youth choir is one thing. Everybody can jump into the youth choir. No disrespect.
I was in the youth choir,
No
but
disrespect.
I don't take no disrespect.
You
Go
know,
ahead.
But when it comes to the teenage to adult choir, you can't just come up there humming any old type of thing.
Yeah.
So I was 6, kind of going on 7. I sat down and was like, I really want to join the choir. So they gave me my little robe and all that, and I thought I was hot stepping in the front. So again at the time I was little, so voice was all high pitched, so it was all soprano and Like, you know, so I've been singing ever since I can remember, though.
So before before you joined the church choir, like, were you singing at home? Like, were your parents musical? Do you come from a musical background?
Yeah, so my biological father is he's a gospel artist.
Okay.
And so it's deep in the
Really?
family. Oh yeah, and I mean from him to every member of the family has some kind of thing that they do with music, whether we doing instruments or we singing or, you know, but everybody has that love and that passion for music.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah, it's definitely deep in me.
That's what's up.
Oh, yeah.
So when you were in choir,
Yeah.
in the church choir,
Hey.
right?
Yes.
Did you get any solos? Was we solo dolo in it yet?
We
Was you at
did.
solo level yet?
We did. I you know, I have an embarrassing story that I
I'm
can
for it.
tell. You know, and this will be the first time I say this, so it's definitely gonna be more people knowing this. I don't want anybody to judge me. If you see me in the street
y'all-
after this story,
don't you judge
you
this
keep
man.
this to yourself. So you know, I was a teenager. I was down here, and I was a teenager in the choir, and it was you know, it was my time to shine. And so they were like, yeah, you know, we're gonna give you a solo, B. I was like, all right, cool. And it was Fred Hammond. Are you ready for
Your blessing.
So we all know the song.
Yes.
So, you know, I'm hype, I'm ready, you know. The little girl I got a crush on sitting in the front, so I know I'm finna blow this thing out the water. You hear me?
I hear you.
So they start off the music. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm holding my mic like this. And as a musician, it happens to us all at least once. Everything is gone.
Memory.
And you are in the moment looking at people that are looking at you like this.
Looking at you, looking at them, looking
Right,
at you.
all right, come on, honey. So we went through that beginning about twice. Dun, 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 and I'm frozen. And so the choir director goes, all right, here we are. Let's get on one accord. So I just stepped back.
I just went back to the
Just
choir.
stepped back with my mic, tears and everything. Are you ready? It was terrible. It was terrible. I had to redeem myself. So the next time I came back, I was ready. I blew everybody's socks off that day in the church. And you should have did that last Sunday. You know, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I just didn't know what came over me. So
That was your first solo, though. What did you expect from the man?
It was the first time where I was old enough to understand that, hey, somebody is watching you.
Yeah.
And they're going to judge what you
And
do.
you want them to shout, that right? When you the lead singer, you want them to shout. I just imagine if I was the lead singer, I want them to shout.
I want you to say something other than let them use you. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear the go on, baby. I don't want to hear that. I want to get off stage. Yes, all of those.
Come
I
on,
do not
baby,
want to
come
hear
on.
that. So I was like, man, that's all I got too. It's all right. As I'm stepping back, it's okay. It's all right. It is not, auntie. It is not okay.
I love tough.
It was tough. It was a tough day. It was a tough Sunday.
Okay. Now, wait. So we had went for this story. We were in Houston for this story,
We were in
right?
Houston
How
for
we
this
go
story.
from choir in Philly to choir
We've
in
been
Houston?
in every church that I've been to, I've had to step into the choir.
Okay.
And I got down here in Houston. I was about 12, 13 age. My mom was looking for pretty much like better schooling and stuff like that. And strangely enough, well, not strangely enough, but Texas is really, y'all are really astute when it comes to your children and how you kind of, they school and they don't really give you a lot of, you know, we don't really care what's going on with your kids. You got truancy officers down here and all that stuff.
Oh,
that
yeah.
wasn't in Philly.
Yeah, they're
When I
called.
was coming up. So my mom was like, yeah, I really want y'all to give this Houston thing a shot. And so that's how I ended up down here. But
Okay.
every church, and I mean, being as though it was, you know, like I said, my father, my grandparents, we was in somebody's church every Sunday. So it didn't matter what you thought you were doing Saturday night. Your raggedy tail was at church on Sunday. I mean, whether you tired or not, you can sit in
You
the front
going
if you
to
want
church, man.
You'll be in the church. So that's what I'm used to.
I understand that. I
it's tough.
understand. So how long did you do the church choir?
Oh man, I think I stopped after I graduated high school.
Okay.
That's when I think I kind of was like, because it got to the point to where it was, I won't say it was difficult, but I thought I was grown. You know, so I, you know,
You want to do in the church? You know what? I noticed that about
You know.
they'll be in the youth choir to about 11th.
yeah, well, I
11th
mean,
grade, they get a little too cool for the
Yeah,
youth choir
I mean, but when you
or
a
the praise
PK
dance team. I remember you, Michael. You left us for the praise dance team.
she specifically.
You left 11th grade
She
year, and that's when you started
specifically-
getting fined. So you
Wow.
He was ashamed of us. He
Michael.
was ashamed of us.
Michael, we
He
talking
was
about
He
you.
was ashamed to be doing silver and gold in 11th grade.
I'm
but I
telling
know
you,
it.
I'm telling you, you get too hot for your britches. And I was a PK, so to me, I felt like I was burning out too quick. Like I was like, oh, I do this every weekend. I'm grown. So I took a step back and thought I was somebody and found myself a couple of years right back in the, are you ready? You know, right back. So, you know, it's only so long you can stay away. It's only so long that you can stay away.
But you did some singing in high school as well, right? Tell me about
absolutely.
that.
So every year in high school, I wanted to be in the choir because it's one thing to get, you know, the church training, but it's another thing to add actual tutelage with it, to actually learn how to, you know, oh, okay, well, this is what notes are supposed to sound like, or this is how you read sheet music, you know, all that stuff really helps. And so all 4 of my high school years, I was like, you know, oh yeah, I'm just singing just for fun, And my last, 3 of them, my last senior year, I got serious, and I stepped to my choir director and said, you know, how can I kind of take this a little bit more seriously?
What was the switch, right quick? What was the switch that made you start taking it seriously?
It's childish, but as an artist, don't
Let me
judge
hear
me.
your childish ways.
Don't
Let me
judge
hear
me.
your childish ways.
As an artist, like when you hear other people sing, like you be like, oh, you know, everybody has the, you know, oh, okay, bet. In your mind, you have your own scale of how you register, how other people kind of stack up. And I heard this one guy singing, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to All-State Choir, and I was like, I know I can sing better than this chump. And that was my immediate thought. I'm sorry. That's why I said I'm childish. That was my immediate thought, and I was like, you know what? I'm finna show him. And that was the switch. And it's been like that every time I see something that I'm like, I like that. I'm gonna try this out. And it's a constant drive as far as making sure I try to do a little bit more than the last time, or a little bit better than the last time. So my senior year, I stepped out on the ledge, and my choir director at the time said, yeah, I got an idea for you. We went out for regional choir, made it. Said, okay, cool, you know, it's cool. I've been singing, but you know, it's not a big deal. Tried out for the district choir, made it. Cool. So let's give it a shot for All-State. Tried out for All-State, made it. And it was like my first year doing it ever. And they were like, yeah, for you to go from nothing to All-State, it's kind of a big deal. Like, you should have been doing this before. And I was like, so my senior year was definitely my turnaround year for all of my big jumps when it came to me trying to find myself musically.
And at that time, is that when you decided you wanted to be a singer, wanted to be an artist, you wanted to do this, like, or still not yet? You were just kind of still getting into it at that time.
I'd always kind of wanted to, watching my father, you know, travel and stuff like that. I always been like, you know, hey, I want my name in lights. I want to be a household name. I want the people to be able to be like, you know what, that Be So guys, he's a good, you know. I've always wanted that to be me. So just for me to actually capitalize on those opportunities, you know, was my thing. And I you know, I would, you know, procrastinate all the time. You know, it'll be here. And looking back, hindsight is always 20/20. You know, looking back, I was like, yeah, I definitely should have probably, each time I had the opportunity to step in front of a mic, I probably should have, you know, stuff like that. But I've always had that love to kind of be on the big stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after high school, what was the in-between time?
In between time, you know, got out of high school, again, thought I was grown, you know.
Such a grown ass.
You know, thought I was somebody, you know, tried to settle down. And, you know, was a little too young to do all that.
So you had stopped music then?
I stopped music
Okay.
altogether.
Okay.
Settled down, met my ex-wife, had my oldest pretty girl, Kaylin.
All right, pretty girl.
Pretty girl.
Hey, pretty girl.
Yeah, and you know, kind of changed my thought process with a couple of things. Had to, you know, well, I need to hunker down, you know, for them, for her, and you know, I kind of put my music on the back burner. And it's crazy because South Star Music Group, my team, you know, shout out, family, all day. DJ Chops in the build, you know. But I met them through my ex-wife, and we got real close, and we were in the studio and stuff like that. And I kind of was like, yeah, you know, singing with y'all and stuff like that. But I kind of want to focus on the family a little bit. And it was a, you know, okay, we understand. And but it's always in the back of your mind. Like if it's something that you're extremely passionate about, you can't really sit it down for too long. So even though I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna step back, I still have moments where I catch myself singing to myself. I'm like, man, I wish I was in the booth, or man, I wish, you know. And I moved around a little bit, and I moved back to Philly. Came back, came back from Philly and came back with a son this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, I still thinking I'm grown, you know. Came back with a son and I called Chop up and I said, man, you know, it's been too long for me. Like, you know, not being able to express myself in that way, you know. And I was like, I need to step back into the studio. And it's been religious for me ever since. It's like a cleansing to me. It's gotta happen.
Yeah. So check this out. 2019, you released your first single.
Absolutely.
Murder.
Absolutely. Murder.
Okay? So what we're going to do is, guys, we're going to play that first single he came out with called Murder. Yeah. And when we come back, I got questions.
Yeah.
About how Murder.
Answers.
Y'all gonna hear Murder, and then y'all gonna understand why she got a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So
I'm here to answer.
That's what's up. Let me go ahead and hit him up with the Murder. We'll be right back.
Right back, y'all.
Finna hit a song. We coming back. Hold on. Hold your horses.
The man, I wish, you know, and I moved around a little bit. And I moved back to Philly. Came back from Philly and came back with a son this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, I still thinking I'm grown, you know. Came back with a son and I called Chop up and I said, man, you know, it's been too long for me. Like, you know, not being able to express myself in that way, you know. And I was like, I need to step back into the studio. And it's been religious for me ever since. It's like a cleansing to me. It's gotta happen.
Yeah. So check this out. 2019, you released your first single.
Absolutely.
Murder.
Murder.
Okay? So what we're going to do is, guys, we're going to play that first single he came out with called Murder. Yeah. And when we come back, I got questions.
Yeah.
About how Murder.
Answers.
Y'all gonna hear Murder, and then y'all gonna understand why she got a couple of questions.
Yeah.
So
I'm here to answer.
That's what's up. Let me go ahead and hit him up with the Murder. We'll be right back.
Right back, y'all.
Tell you how it went last night. I came home set around 3 in the morning from outside. I see something ain't right, 'cause my front door open and the latch not broken. And now I'm hoping she not inside and lost her goddamn mind. I reached for my hip as I walked up the stairs. I know that ain't my bitch screaming out, ooh yeah. Some other nigga in there. See, I thought this shit was a robbery. In my bedroom, I can see you robbing me. I'm about to let loose, and obviously, y'all motherfuckers can't leave. It's about to be a murder. 187, 'cause this bitch got. It's about to be a murder. I caught you red-handed, now you can't. It's about to be a murder. 187, 'cause this bitch got. It's about to be a murder. I'm about to show you 'cause you fucking with mine. I open up the door. I see the clothes on the floor. Get the fuck away from me. Get down on your knees. Who the fuck you think you is? Down low from my kids. I'll have been out there. It's about to be a murder. It's about to be a murder. I caught you red-handed, now you can't. It's about to be a murder. 187, 'cause this bitch got. It's about to be a murder. I'm about to show you.
And it's about to be a murder. Hey, and that was B-Soul 215. It's about to be a murder. Hey, 187. It's about to be a murder. And you better, damn it. This is for me, okay? I appreciate you guys
They
tuning
just
in.
here.
But shit, it's
They
for
just
me.
here. They
I
are
love
just
it.
here.
Let me tell you guys what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back from that break, you're gonna hear some of them questions I have about murder.
you.
Huh? We're gonna hear that Wheel of Music. We got some more tracks from B Soul, and
Absolutely.
I'll see you guys in a bit.
See y'all in a few.
Look out for that notification. Like, share, follow, do all of those things.
Of course. Of course.